Hi everyone, my name is Mary Beth. Welcome to my channel. So today we're going to ask, how do we transcend to be able to be a vibrational match for our twin flame, right? Because in order to be in physical union with your twin flame, you must be a vibrational match. How do we do that? How do we be in a vibrational match to either get that commitment from our twin flame or to actually physically be with our twin flame? And either way, we want the commitment. Either way. We don't just want, half-ass relationship. Okay. Also, I'm going to use the Osho Zen Tarot for the Divine Feminine. I'm going to use the World Spirit Tarot deck for the Divine Masculine. Please feel free to switch if you feel guided. As we are all the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine, you can even take both. Please use your own guidance. So as I'm reading the cards, you may have your own intuition. And please know I only give a perspective, right? There's so many perspectives on everything. And so when I pull a card and it doesn't feel right to you, feel free to have your own perspective on what the guidance is, as this is a collective reading. And even if this wasn't a collective reading, I still have the same advice. Okay. Also, if you're interested in a reading, I do prefer you email me at twinflamealchemisttarot@gmail.com rather than Etsy shop. But the Etsy shop is there for those who don't feel comfortable with emailing, which is totally fine. I totally get it. Either way. Okay. So let's start. And also, this is a collective reading. So please take where it resonates and throw out the rest. Okay, so we're asking the Divine Feminine. We're asking, how do we transcend to be able to be a vibrational match to our twin flame? So for the Divine Feminine Collective, how do we transcend to be able to be a vibrational match? Or what the heck does it mean to be a vibrational match to our twin flame? Two cards. Alrighty, so that's interesting. So we have trust, and it looks like Three of Cups reversed. Okay, that's very interesting. So if you noticed, if you notice the person flying in the air, it's like they don't really know where they're gonna land. So it's almost like that's like the type of thinking we should be in. So in order to be a vibrational match, it's almost like you don't have a particular expectation for the divine feminines. It's almost like there is no exact goal. There is no exact this, that it's absolutely that. It's almost like, you know what? I'm just going to jump, and this is the roundabout, what I'm looking for. But if I end up somewhere else, that's fine too. Like, if, because we always attract what we need, right? So what does that mean? Well, I'm going to get more information on that. And then, of course, we have the Three of Cups reversed. Now, I'm interested in knowing what that's about. So let's get more, before I say anything on the Three of Cups reversed, because I can tell you what I'm thinking it means to be. I'm gonna be totally honest with you before I even move on. Okay, is that for me, this could mean being open to being with someone else, which I know is weird, but it's almost like if you need someone else to learn something, it's almost like you don't want to do that with your twin flame. It's like you want your twin flame to be the final stop, you know? And so the final stop would be at your highest divine level of yourself. Okay. So for some of you, not all of you, and they never, well, they don't seem to want me to do this, but for some of you, sometimes another person needs to come in so that you can clear more blocks or get your vibration higher. It's like a clearing. But let me see if I'm right. I could be off. So, but that's what I'm getting. But let me get a clarifier on this. Why is this here? Why Or maybe for some of you that does sound about right, because maybe that's the only way you're going to be, maybe that's your way of vibrating at a higher level. Maybe everyone has a certain way. For me, it was to take a break and be single. That is how I raise my vibrations. But for others, maybe relationships is what's going to expand you. Okay. It really just depends on the person. There is no one set way. But let's get a clarifier here. Um, Although I definitely did date after I met my twin flame, like that was a definite, and I'm glad I did it because I really learned a lot about myself. So um, yeah, completion, right? That's exactly what I thought. Yes. So your twin flame should be the completion, right? So that should be like you're at one mint. So like that's the vibrational. It's like okay, this is kind of twofold what they're telling me. So it's kind of twofold. So one, basically, you want your twin flame to be the final relationship, not someone like you jump in with and then jump out with, and then oh, then maybe next time I'll be with someone else. So the twin flame was supposed to be the final product of your soul coming to you in the physical and being in this relationship with you, okay? And it's about the oneness, okay? And so when you are able to be in union and oneness with others, it's like that is when you are that divine match with your twin flame, in which either A, they want to be with you, or, commit to you, or whatever situation you're in. So it's almost like they're asking you to trust the process. So it's like there's this process going on for the divine feminine where it's like I don't know where I'm going and I don't have any physical proof of anything. For some people, right? There's no physical proof of anything happening. And then for some you get hints and stuff. And we're gonna do that again this week. We're gonna do more signs on how you know your twin flame still loves you, because sometimes it's very esoteric on how to even know and how, because right now the timelines are separated. So you and your twin flames timelines are separated. And so what I'm getting with this is that get out there and it's reversed. Okay. Oh, gotcha. Okay. So here's another. Okay. So what they're telling me is, okay, that's interesting. So they're telling me it's not about the celebrating when you go out and you're with friends. It's about doing the opposite. It's about going within and being on your own and learning to really be in love with just yourself and get to know yourself and like really learn to not be able, so you're not really distracted. So here you would be very like, going out and having fun, and yes, you can still expand meeting new people. And for some of you, that is probably what you should do. But for some of you, it's not about that. And it's almost like what you should be doing instead. It's like you have this feeling. Let me get more on this though. Very interesting. Okay. How else to transcend? Why is this here? Why is celebration card reversed? Why is the Three of Cups reversed? Why is this here? Why is Three of Cups reversed with the completion card, which is the World card? So you completed a cycle, a big cycle when you're with your twin flame, okay? The major cycle of becoming the divine. Yeah, because right now, so a lot of you feel like the outsiders. A lot of you are wondering what's going on, what's happening. I don't understand. I feel like I'm being left out. I feel pretty abandoned. And so they're asking you to trust, okay? And it's like they need for you to complete a cycle. So whatever the cycle means to you. So for me, and you don't have to take my perspective, but for me, the cycle is all about moving up the scale of vibration. Okay, and so when you move up the scale, which this is what I teach on, I have a whole course on it. You could check it out below if you're interested. And that is going to help you to get closer to that divine energy to be with your twin flame. And when you reach a certain vibration, you literally pull up the divine masculine with you as the divine feminine, because you go first, and then your divine masculine follows. Okay, and then that is where you stabilize. But it'll be more in and out. You and your twin flame will be in and out down here. It won't stick. It's just because it's a divine. That's why they call it the divine masculine, divine feminine. Okay, it's not gonna stick. It's because it's not your normal everyday relationship. So they say, what they're telling me is, if you're not ready for that, that is awesome. That is okay. There's nothing wrong. If you're here and you're like, I'm not ready to just, sit down, do nothing, not experience, and it's not like that, but it's like, we're, putting your nose to the grindstone and learning how to become this oneness, this divineness, while going within, rather than going without. But for those of you who are not ready for that, then absolutely, then you have to go by what you feel like you need to do. If you feel like you need to be out there and you need to be in a relationship, that will also expand you. You will learn, because everyone's a mirror to you. Okay? So that is okay as well. Either way, it's like you just have a certain journey. Everyone's journey will still end up with their twin flame one way or another. It's gonna end up there. It's just how you do it is up to you. But in this case, they're just asking the divine feminine to trust, and it's not about the celebrating with your twin flame, is what they're telling me now. When I'm patient enough, I start to listen to them. It's not about the celebrating with your twin flame, because this twin flame journey is about the completion. So you're here to transcend. Okay. And so, whatever that means to you, I don't need to give you all the answers. But right now, some of you are feeling like an outsider, almost like you're outside the gate and you're not really understanding what this is. So, but we will dive deeper into that. So let's look at the divine masculine side. So how do we transcend to be able to be a vibrational match for our twin flame? 2 cards, please, for the divine masculine. 2 cards. How to be a vibrational match to our twin flame. 2 cards. How to be a vibrational match. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so we have Sibyl of Swords and we have 9 of Swords. So I love this, okay? So this is what they're telling me. It's almost like the duality, right? So as the divine masculine, right, they kind of flip back and forth to this anxious anxiety, like, I don't know what I'm doing. This is scary. I'm so upset. What's happening? I'm so anxious. I can't sleep. To Sibyl of Swords, right? Where, the Sibyl of Swords is kind of sitting on her throne and very much like gets to the point, right? Kind of, says it like it is, tells the truth, and just kind of knows where she's going. She's very confident, right? This one's not so confident. This one's kind of anxious, and on this side, the divine masculine is very confident, tells the truth. All right, no holding back, and kind of says, this is where I'm going. So what they're telling me is, and so the transcendence is about this, because you need this part, you need the darkness, you need to feel vulnerable, divine masculines. It's okay. Like, this is part of the process. Part of the process is to release. It is to purge. And so you need to go through this part where you're feeling anxious, you're not sure, you're not confident, you don't know where this is going. That's part of the transcendence. Okay, going through the darkness. This could be a dark night of the soul for some of you. But let's get a clarifier. Why is this here? Why is Sibyl of Swords here? 9 of Swords for the divine masculine on how do we transcend to be able to be a vibrational match with our twin flames for the divine masculines. Now we have the Empress. Okay, so the Empress, so that's all about being creative. So the Empress is very prosperous. Okay, so this is upright, and so it's kind of the same thing where you're not out there celebrating, you're not out there distracting yourself. Instead, you're kind of noticing your own prosperity, and you are pregnant with ideas, coming up with all sorts of creative ideas. And you are actually, okay, this is what they're telling me. Okay, I wasn't expecting this. Okay, so what they're telling me, the way to transcend for the divine masculines is to balance out your divine feminine side. So that's what they're telling me with this card. So the Empress, this is symbolizing the divine feminine. So a lot of divine masculines, right? So they are very, very good at many things, right? The divine masculine is very forward going, very organizing, assertive, giving. Okay, they're very focused, they have commitment, they're methodical, they have direction, they have a lot of good qualities, right? But the Empress card, what that is referring to is, but the divine masculine, in order to transcend, okay, and again, I am the divine masculine, in order to transcend, to be in a vibrational match with your twin flame, you must also incorporate the divine feminine side. So what they're showing is this anxiety is the imbalance of the divine masculine, right? So the divine masculine gets very anxious, okay, when they are not in their divine feminine, okay? So what does that look like? Well, they need to be intuitive, more have more compassion, more contemplative, more introspective. Okay, that type of thing. Okay, that specifically would balance out the anxiety for the divine. That's kind of a chart that I got that I love. This is from the wakeupexperience.eu. If you're interested, I love this chart. Kind of shows you what happens if you go out of balance. Okay, I do teach this in my course. If you're interested, which is below. So again, this is just kind of a, like patient, being receptive, being nurturing. So for the divine masculine, you need to incorporate those qualities as well in order to transcend, to be able to be a vibrational match to your twin flame. Okay, so let's get some other. I just want to get. I'm just curious with this one because it's a very transcendent type of card. But I'm just curious on what it might say here. So we're going to pull one for the divine masculine. We're going to pull another one for the divine feminine. How else do we transcend to be able to be a vibrational match to our twin flames? Okay, how else? How else do we transcend to be able to be a vibrational match? So we have Kumeka came from another universe to set the conditions for the golden age of Atlantis with Archangel Metatron. He has returned to be Kochan of the eighth ray, a soul ray of purification, enlightenment, and communication. When you receive this card, you are on a quest for enlightenment. Okay, so you are on a quest for enlightenment. So I'm sorry, this was for the divine feminine, by the way. Okay, so your guidance is to breathe Kumeka's blue topaz light into your aura, expand your attitude to one of unconditional love, acceptance of others, and personal responsibility. Okay, and then Kumeka will open new doors for you and guide your footsteps towards enlightenment and ascension. Okay, so that was for the divine feminine. So let's look at the divine masculine. How to transcend. So that's all about unconditional love for the divine feminine side. That's beautiful. Okay, unconditional love. What does that even look like? I do teach that in my course if you're interested. I teach a whole thing on what that looks like and what it really means to have unconditional love for others. Okay, so for the divine masculine, what is the. So it says nature. The nature kingdom was created from the heart of God. The ninth dimensional master Pan directs the elemental beings that support nature and Archangel Pulamic. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce Purlamic, angel of nature, lovingly holds and protects nature as it energizes you, raises your frequency, and purifies and heals you. So, your guidance is to honor nature's beauty, divine masculines, and the life force. If possible, go out in the meadows, forests, mountains, lakes, or rivers and let nature recharge, balance, and heal you. I should really just kind of show you the card so you can see it. So, anyway, so that is the advice for the divine masculines. All right, and we'll pull one more. So I think there's so much we can ask on this topic that I might want to start asking this weekly because I think there's so much we can learn on how to transcend to be able to be a vibrational match for our twin flames. Okay. One card for the divine feminine. One card for the divine feminine. Oh. You know what? I don't like that. We're going to do one card for the divine feminine. One card. One card, divine feminine. Okay. The Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits. Soul Tribe. Yeah. So really listen to your intuitive hits. Pay attention. You might have a soul tribe or a soul family. It's almost like your twin flame is part of your soul family, but it's almost like your soul jumps into other entities and becomes your soul tribe, and then you're going to get hits. I'm sorry, intuitive hits, and you'll just know. They call this the Great Gathering. So everyone has a soul family, and that is really going to expand you when you meet them. But you kind of have to be at a high vibration to be in that. Yeah, you have I don't know what level, at least at a peace vibration. So that would be so in a peace vibration that would be, mostly not this, right? So if you're mostly that, you're probably not in a peace vibration. But in order to be in a peace vibration, it's not 100% of the time. You just have to stabilize there for, I think it's like 60% of the time you have to kind of be in your peace vibration. Okay, let's look at the divine masculine. What are ways to transcend in order to be a vibrational match to your twin flame? It says break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. Yeah, I like that. So there's a lot of healing ancestry classes out there. I know my daughter took one, and I do that on my own. I do the body code and the emotion code. That's what I always love to do. And in the process, I am healing my ancestors because what people don't know is energetically we are all energy. Therefore, our ancestors pass down to us certain, you know, energies that imbalance us. And unfortunately, they get stuck inside of us and they cause havoc, they cause chaos, and it can cause also wounds, like energetically, if our ancestors had wounds. Like, for instance, my ancestors were starved in Ireland during the Great Famine, and so that would have been passed on after generations, and so that would need to be healed. Unfortunately, because of energy, it doesn't really go away until transmuted or until healed. Energy can be transmuted and it can be healed, but it just doesn't like disappear, right? Because even like when we die, we don't disappear, right? We're an energy form, we just transform. So that is the divine masculine's advice. Okay, break the chain. Break that chain. Okay. All right. Let's see. Should we do one more card? Let's see. Any more? Let me grab this deck. Any more advice on how to transcend to be able to be a vibrational match with our twin flame? And I'm going to ask this question next week too, because I think there's so many answers to this and how to transcend. There's so many ways to do it. Different things. Okay, one card for the divine feminine, please. Okay, one card for the divine feminine as to how to transcend. Yeah, cancel, clear, delete. That's beautiful. So this has to do with I think this is Archangel Michael. Anyway, you can ask any angel. You can just say cancel, clear, delete. So let's just say you have some kind of negative thought or negative, spoken word. And and then you catch yourself and you're like, oh, I don't want to manifest that. So you just say, I always just say, cancel, cancel, delete, delete. That's what I always say, cancel, cancel, delete, delete. Just to kind of cancel and delete anything that I had said, or anything that I thought that I think I don't like, that would, because again, thought forms or energy, and that would go out to the universe. And then that was like a potential, and it goes out there, and then it starts to manifest. And may not happen this year or next year, but it could be 10 years down the line. That thought process gets transmuted in some way, or it comes back to you in some way. So that is a beautiful way to help you transcend, to be a vibrational match with your twin flame. All right, let's look at the divine masculine side. One card, please, for the divine masculine. Crystals, the energy of crystals supports you and helps with your present situation. So for the divine masculine, working with crystals, learning how to do crystal work. I'm sure there's a lot of YouTube channels out there on this, on how to work with crystals, because crystals, they have energy too, right? And I know my daughter, like if she picks up a crystal, like she can feel the energy, and she kind of knows the properties. She could figure out stuff. She could tell if it's, well, she knows if she needs to sage it or not just by touching it. She gets a feeling. She just gets hits. And so it's almost like the crystals can even talk to you in a way if you have that gift, where, if you hold a crystal in your hand, it can be very, very powerful. It can open up, expand yourself and your mind and your subconscious mind, because it's alive, it's living, it's energy. Alrighty, so I will do this again next week and get more information, because to me this is fascinating. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button, and I will see you next time. Thanks, everyone. Bye.